in a marriage. We've had tough. But when we got married, it was like we're burning the ships.
Wow. That's cool.
I asked my grandpa, we should end on this because I know I got to jump too. My grandpa, 91 years old, the legend grandpa, the billionaire bank, gave it all away. He's going to die with almost none.
Wow.
It's unbelievable, man. I was with him. He's 2 weeks ago. I flew up from Phoenix to Oak Harbor, Washington to be with him for the day because I knew if I didn't, I'd regret it because he's coming to the end. He was married to my grandma for 67 years.
Wow.
She just passed a couple years ago. And he's like waiting to go be with her, right? He's like, I'm ready to go see grandma. And I remember I asked him what's his best advice. But first I said, hey, did you ever think about divorcing grandma? In 67 years, has it ever crossed your mind? He goes, divorce? No. Murder? Yeah.
Oh my God.
But divorce? Never. Like he's like hilarious. And there's this, but it shows the resiliency of it, you know? He's like, we've been to hell and back through war, and we raised incredible kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. If I'd have blown up that dynamite years ago, I'd never seen your face.
Wow.
And I said, okay, what's your best advice? Best advice from a 91-year-old man who's seen the whole world. He said, take things positively. That was it.
Wow.
Take things positively. The best relationship, and especially when it comes with money. You win or you learn. You don't win or lose. Every expense in your life is an investment. This is taking things positively.
Mm-hmm.
Employees, they're not expenses. They're investments.
Mm-hmm.
You lose money on something, you screw up, you make a mistake, guess what? That's a powerful PhD you just got.
Right.
And there sometimes my price tags have been millions.
Yeah.
But you have to take things positively. You have to take things positively with your children. Take things positive with your partner. Everything has to be taken in that optimistic, abundant gratitude light.
Yes.
If not, you'll spiral out of control, start blaming each other, start thinking about that eject button, start thinking about like, this is all my money, right? How dare these kids do X, Y, Z? I wish my spouse would only love me in this way. It would fix everything. How dare, like, you got to take things positively. And so for Amy and I, just back to your question on prenups, we don't have one. We had very little when we started though. She's worth half my crap. I'll just give you that. She's worth more than all I have.
Wow.
I mean, like I don't know, there's a beauty in that. I just love the fact that we burned all our ships.
Wow. Beautiful, man.
And I'll die with her.
Wow.
One of us is going first, but like, we're going, no matter what happens.
That's beautiful, man. I got two final questions for you, but before I ask them, Scott, I want to acknowledge you for the value you add here and the value you add to so many millions of people, parents, kids, and the many millions that you will be adding value to for many years to come. Because I think this is one of the most complicated and challenging topics for people. Besides love, money is challenging and complicated and scary. I think it's scary for a lot of people, like the fear around, how do I make money? How do I invest money? How do I make sure I don't lose all my money?
Yeah.
How do I, what do I spend it on?
What are they going to think of me if I do the wrong thing with
all
money?
All these things, man. It's just like there's so much fear around money and insecurity, lack of knowledge, and lack of information.
Yeah.
And lack of experience that people have with money in general. And, I think love is the greatest thing to explore, but money is a thing that we live with every single day as well.
Yeah.
And it causes a lot of trauma and sadness in people's lives. And it hurts relationships a lot more than it does help relationships.
Yep.
And it sounds like you're adding value for people to learn how to use money to help relationships and make it fun. Make relationships fun, families fun.
Totally.
Being a parent fun, being a kid fun, as opposed to being in fear around money. So I want to acknowledge you for your desire to put yourself out there more and not be behind the scenes, but be in front of the scenes and share and use your voice and the decades of wisdom that you learned from your grandfather and great-grandparents who have brought you this information, this legacy, so that others can have harmony around money as well. So I acknowledge you for that, Scott. Where can people go to learn all these things? Because I don't have kids yet, but I want to learn more of this so I'm prepared when I have kids. So how can we figure out the 6 strategies? How can we figure out how to create a family crest and value system and all these different things.
Yeah. We get a lot of pregnant people, by the way.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, I'm going to be a dad. I'm going to be a mom.
Uh-huh.
So we have a bunch of things. Social media, I'm Scott Donnell, pretty easy, but we give out daily content. But Dinner Table is really our brand. So we have our 18 strategies in there. We have the home economy. It's a free course we give. So if they go to community.dinnertable.com, and then we'll just do /Lewis on there. But yeah, community.dinnertable.com. It's our free parenting community. So this is what I'm realizing.
So it's a free community.
Yep. 7 million families that we've served and across all of our companies. The best way that you start doing this and keeping accountable is in groups, coaching with other families, other parents that have kids 5-10 years older. They're telling you what they did.
Crazier.
Yep. Celebrating wins, asking questions. Here's what worked. Here's what didn't. And then facilitators that we train up. We call them licensees. So now anyone can license our brand and have like a 6-figure business in a box. We give them all the tech on Go High Level, all the white label, everything. They give it to their employees. They give it to their clients. They give it to their schools. They give it to their coaching, community, their mastermind. So we're just opening it up as a platform for anybody to take and run with.
Wow.
So if people just go to like dinnertable.com and like send in like a message to learn more about it.
Is there a place that they can get like templates and tools as well?
Yeah, we have in that free community, the Dinner Table community, we have the home economy. We'll start with the home economy. It's a free course that we give out to everybody. So it's like, here's how you do expectations. Here's how you do expenses. Here's how you do extra pay. Here's the setup. We have our app that's free. That's like the bank.
Got it. So these courses with the, the strategies and the home economy, that's all in dinnertable.com.
Yep.
And they're free.
Community.dinnertable.com. Go there for the community. Go there for the resource. We have a child readiness score. We have our book for $1 quiz funnel. We have a quiz. We have all these things.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a ton of stuff.
A lot of free courses too, though. Yeah. Teaches.
Tons of free stuff. And then if people want to join our live coaching, it's like a few $100.
Sure.
And then
it's like a monthly coaching they get?
Monthly coaching with a bunch of other families. There's like dad groups, and there's grandparent groups, and there's a special needs group for families. There's
cool.
Teenager groups. There's single parent groups. Like there's all these different groups that people are forming as licensees. And I'm training, and our team trains them on how to facilitate all this coaching.
Wow, that's cool, man.
And they just run with it.
There you
it's
go.
Fun.
Scott Donnell on social media, dinnertable.com, community.dinnertable.com/Lewis, all these different places. We'll link it up as well. But where else can we send people to? Is this the main place?
Yeah, this will be the main spot.
Okay. 2 final questions. This is a question I ask everyone at the end. It's called the 3 truths. It's a hypothetical question. Imagine you get to live as long as you want to live. You can live beyond your grandfather right now. You get to be 100-something, right? And you actualize all of your biggest dreams times 1,000,000. And you have the health, the relationship, the family, the children, the great-grandchildren, and the impact that you want to create. And you steward your money and all these different things, they happen, the vision that you have for yourself from this moment into that last day. But for whatever reason, in this hypothetical scenario, you have to take all of your work with you. So this content that you're creating and will be creating, we don't have access to it anymore. Hypothetically.
Yep.
All the courses, all the books, all this content, the social media, all of it gone. Hypothetical. But on the last day, you get to leave behind 3 truths. And this is all the world would have of your content and your information. Everything that you've gained wisdom on, that you would leave behind. That's it. What would those 3 truths be for you?
What you don't heal from, you will pass down.
Mm-hmm.
Tip well. That you can unpack that for a lifetime. And this is the one thing my mom said when she dropped me off for college. She just gave me a big hug. She said, if it doesn't point to Jesus, there's no point.
Wow.
What she meant was live a life that loves other people above yourself.
Wow. Right. Those are beautiful truths. I don't think I've heard those 3 before. Before I ask the final question, why tip well?
That's what my dad said when he dropped me off for college. In his hand was a $50 bill when he shook it.
There you
he
go.
said tip well. And the point here is you can't outgive God.
Mm-hmm.
And you want abundance. You want a bigger pie mindset. You want to live this way or this way. Tip well. Care for other people. Care for the waitress. Care for the Uber driver. I just tipped my Uber driver $98 before I got in here.
Wow.
Like, you tip well. And it's a mindset. You pay your people well. You make sure partners do well. I pay myself first when I'm like building business, but I'm making sure that everyone's taken care of. That's life, man. Tip well.
That's beautiful. Final question, Scott. What's your definition of greatness?
Meeting the dream version of yourself at 70 and liking the guy.
There you go, Scott Tunnell. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
We actually have a system of doing that to our kids over and over, and then we wonder why so many teens and adults feel so awful about themselves. Well, when you reflect back to a kid that they're a bad kid during the stage they're forming their identity, that will stick with them.